Hey, what's up, you guys? It's Kay here, and welcome to another episode of Channel K. We have so many new supporters that have recently found my content. We are officially in the algorithm. It's very exciting to see the random spike in followers and supporters. So I just want to say hello. I am Kay, but you guys can call me Kay. For those of you who are new, I am a manifestation mindset coach, and I am here to awaken you to the fact that you are the creator of your reality based on your thoughts, beliefs, assumptions, and your consciousness is God. I just love reminding you guys of that, and I love awakening people to that truth so they can join this journey. All right, you guys, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into some Q&A. What is the easiest way to manifest an ex-boyfriend to be obsessed with me and madly in love with me? Here's the easiest way to do this. Be obsessed with yourself and madly in love with yourself, your progress, your goals, your journey, and your self-concept. Watch my video that's titled How to Make Them Obsessed with You, or it's something about They Will Be Obsessed. I answer a lot of SP questions, but if you really truly pay attention, you'll notice that the answer that I'm giving you is truly to go within and work on yourself, love yourself, and be obsessed with yourself. And when I say obsessed with yourself, I don't mean that you need to be a bitch to people. Be obsessed with becoming the better version of yourself. Be obsessed with attacking your goals. Be obsessed with becoming better than you were last month, last year, last week, whatever. Like, be obsessed with overcoming your old story and not thinking from your trauma brain. Like, be obsessed with being a bad bitch. And that is how you become magnetic and attractive. And that is how you get the SP. Opportunities, money is flowing. Like, it's literally being the baddest bitch. Like, when I'm one-on-one coaching you guys, I always bring up Rihanna because she is like my favorite person ever. Her energy, her confidence, her entrepreneurship, like her motivating spirit, like her drive, her work ethic inspires me. Do you think she wakes up and is like, how do I get someone to be obsessed with me? No, she wakes up and focuses on how she can become a better version of herself. Like, how can I make more money? How can I sell more products? How can I improve my business? How can I improve myself? I'm confident that she wakes up and is prioritizing her needs, her values, her emotions, and her finances and the shit that she needs to do. When you focus on yourself, you become more magnetic, more attractive, more interesting. You have things to talk about. You're more confident. You're more in alignment with your goals, dreams, values, standards. Like, you're just really like in your power. That will be reflected back to you through other people, especially your specific person, because again, everyone is a mirror. So if you want your specific person to show up differently, you have to just like set a boundary, pull yourself back from, trying to force the 3D with that storyline and focus on the storyline with yourself. I actually have affirmations for this. I love myself. I honor myself. I stand up for myself. I show up for myself. I am a confident goddess who loves herself, values herself, respects herself, and prioritizes herself. I exude boss and bad bitch energy in a calm, humble, confident, and respectful way. I am my highest priority. I deserve to prioritize myself in order to create structure, organization, and clarity in my life. I have clarity, security, and stability in my life. I am highly magnetic. I attract anything that I desire easily and effortlessly. I am worthy of prioritizing myself and my needs respectfully and unapologetically. When I focus on myself, things work out for me. Things are easy for me because I am a goddess. Everything harmoniously falls into place when I intentionally honor my needs and desires. Things always work out for me because my dominant energy is calm, relaxed, and neutral. I honor myself, I value myself, and I take care of myself. So life is easy for me. How were you able to get through the desperation phase? The urgency of needing money quick makes it really hard for me to keep that mindset. In my old story, I was so scared of money. I was so terrified of having money, losing money, trying to get money. Like, money was like a very sensitive subject in my spirit because of the way I was raised. I got to a place in life where I realized that money is not necessarily real. It's just energy. It's not something that we should be perceiving as more powerful than us. If you think about it, we are the creators of everything in the 3D, so we get to create the realities that we desire and experience. So all we need to do is create a reality in which we're making more than enough money to cover all expenses with ease. I was raised in an environment where money we were afraid of it. Like, it was a very fearful subject and it caused anxiety. I got evicted. And here's the thing, I actually had a lot of money, but I was afraid of having a large amount of money in my bank account. So because I was operating from a state of fear, unworthiness, insecurity, all type of low vibrational emotions and fears, I kept manifesting situations where, okay, I have to pay this bill. All of a sudden, someone is asking me for money. Like, I kept manifesting unfavorable situations in relation to money because I didn't feel worthy of the massive amounts that were flowing into my account. So as my account kept decreasing, I started to get desperate, scared, insecure, panicking, nervous about, like, how am I gonna replace that money that I've spent? I started realizing that me chasing money, asking for money, borrowing money, taking out loans, and all this shit was not healing my wound with money. None of that shit was healing my relationship with money. Like, it was really just a band-aid to protect the wound, but it was not healing it. Because if you're coming from a place of desperation, shame, lack, guilt, fear while manifesting, you're not going to sustain the thing that you're calling into your universe. So when I was afraid of money, desperate for money, asking for money, begging for money, scared about money, I would never really keep it, because that's not a magnetic space to be manifesting from. You want to feel comfortable, secure. You want to have confidence that the money that you're calling into your reality is going to show up and support you and secure you and stay with you. So the way I got over the desperation was I practiced calming down and relaxing. And I know it might sound like annoying, you might roll your eyes, but it's like the answer really is relaxing and receiving. These days, you guys, I don't check my phone for transactions. Like, I don't check my phone for new clients. I don't check my phone to see how many people bought my new affirmation tape. That became an addiction, because I'm not gonna lie, I was doing those things. I was seeking the dopamine, the validation from checking my numbers and analytics, and it was actually keeping me very depressed, very weak, very insecure, because I was giving away my power and deciding that my worthiness is wrapped around how much money is in my bank account, how many followers and subscribers I have. Like, it was hell. Anyway, how I got through the desperation was realizing that desperation does not bring more money in. Like, desperation is a low vibrational energy, and it doesn't ever bring you your desire. So the way I got through that was experiencing desperation and realizing that it didn't do anything for me. So instead of being desperate, I decided, how about I just set boundaries with my phone, with checking my bank account, and how about I relax instead? And how about I trust that the universe is bringing me more than enough money to cover all expenses easily and effortlessly. And that's exactly what happens, you guys. When you're in your crackhead energy, when you're in your desperate energy, you're never going to get what you want. But when you trust and know that you are magnetic, and when you understand that the law works in your favor, when you relax, trust it, and receive, and when you're in receptive mode, that's how you get what you want, girl. The urgency of needing money quick makes it really hard for me to keep that mindset. You don't need anything really quick, by the way. You're assuming and like deciding that you need money really quick because you're deciding that you don't have it. You need to change your self-concept to someone who doesn't need money because you already have a shit ton of it. That's how you change the narrative and perpetuate a more favorable narrative in relation to who you are and what you deserve, by just deciding right now that, like, I'm not a broke bitch, I'm a rich bitch, so I don't need money and I'm not desperate for it. The 3D will catch up, but you have to actually like claim the new version of yourself. Okay, is it possible for someone to know how worthy you are, tell you consistently, but cannot reflect it back to you because you pushed out? It's like you can see them wanting to, but they're not. A person cannot know how worthy you are until you know how worthy you are. Remember, you guys, everyone is you pushed out. So if someone is showing up in your reality, like not recognizing your worthiness, it's because you don't recognize your worthiness. Remember, everyone and everything is a mirror and no one has free will. So if your specific person is like not necessarily paying attention to you, not paying attention to your emotions, not paying attention to your interests, not paying attention to your feelings. It's because you're not paying attention to your emotions, you're not paying attention to your interests, and you're not paying attention to your feelings. And they're just like a mirror. They're like telling you who you are. So you have to raise your self-concept. You have to love yourself, go within and actually like spend more time with yourself, get a journal, like start writing out like how you feel, like wake up in the mornings and like come outside, sit on a fucking bench or whatever. Being in nature really helps me. Like I love to like get out in the mornings and go for a walk and grab my journal and just remind myself what I'm working towards. Or like I also remind myself that I am worthy of love. I'm worthy of respect. I'm worthy of kindness, and I'm a beautiful ass queen, period. I get to have nice things. I get to have amazing friends, and I get to have luxurious experiences. What if the unworthiness is vice versa? Like my partner projects her insecurities onto me, which repels me. That means that the specific person that's in your reality right now is insecure. So that's what you need to focus on. It's not about what if she's projecting onto me or whatever. No, it's not. We're not focused on what her insecurities are and how they affect you. It's more so about what your insecurities are and how other people are showing up reflecting that back to you. So if your partner, if your specific person is insecure, it is a reflection of you being insecure or you not feeling worthy of having a partner who is healed. So the work is still your work. It's always your work. Like if you're involved with someone who's in a version of themselves that's not healed, not accountable, not respectful, not confident, like if you're, involved with someone who still has more work to do, we all still have more work to do, you know what I'm saying? But like if they're like hyper insecure or whatever, it's still a reflection of you. So you got to go within and you got to affirm like, you know what, I'm worthy of being with someone who is focused on bettering themselves for them and me and us. Like I'm worthy of being with a partner who takes inner work, self-healing, self-development seriously. Okay, what about if your SP is showing trust issues towards you? What do you do then? So if your SP is showing like signs of trust issues, it could be a reflection of your own trust issues, or like I said in the previous question, it could be a reflection of you not feeling worthy of having a partner who is confident and secure within themselves, which means maybe you're not confident and secure within knowing that you can have a healed and healthy partner. Like we all need to be affirming my specific person is loving, kind, respectful, healed, consistent, mature, is excellent with communication, adores me. Like you need to affirm positive shit about your specific person, because if you don't, like, I mean, they're just going to show up weird as fuck, and you need to affirm positive self-concept. I am loved. I am chosen. I am valued. I am trusted. I am prioritized. I'm always the best choice. And everyone around me is confident, successful, healthy, wealthy. These are things that I literally affirm about my circle so that I don't manifest insecure people. I understand that my friends can be insecure sometimes. I can be insecure sometimes. We're all humans. But if a person is dominantly insecure, it's really a reflection of you, and you need to see them lovingly, and you need to affirm, believe, and trust that you're worthy of having a relationship that is easy, effortless, healthy, and magical. Can you talk more about how you got yourself out of a low vibrational state after your eviction and trials and tribulations you faced? Guys, I got evicted a couple of years ago, and I didn't know how to like just talk about it in a video, so I briefly mentioned it in my last video when I was bringing up money, because money was a very powerful subject that I used to be afraid of addressing. I used to be so scared, unconfident. I used to feel unworthy, like all the things, which is why I got evicted. I don't like the memes, jokes, like this energy around, oh my gosh, rent be so high. Oh my gosh, rent, I can't afford my rent. Like I avoid people who say things like that, because it's very unfavorable, right? Like it's an unfavorable conversation in relation to money. Like if you're like, even if you're joking, like rent is so fucking high, I'm paying this high ass rent and y'all can't even clean the pool, In my old story, it was traumatizing because it made me feel like I don't know if I'm worthy of having an apartment because y'all are saying rent is high, and like you know, my family is scared of paying bills. And like when I got my apartment, you guys, when I manifested my first apartment on my own, I was terrified because of the programming that I had within me. Like, I'm not allowed to have this apartment. Like, I'm going to lose it. Like, you know, my dad instilled a lot of financial fear into me as I was growing up. But like, that's a whole other conversation. I love my dad. Honestly, my dad and I have overcome a lot of bullshit, and I have a lot of respect for him, and he has a lot of respect for me. So he's not an issue in my life. But like in the old story, I listened to a lot of the things that he said about, you know, rent and apartment hunting. And like, he would literally pull out his calculator and be like, this is how much money you're spending every year just by renting an apartment, and they're scamming you. And like, it just like made me feel so unworthy and so scared and fearful. And like, so when I bought my apartment, you guys, it was an amazing experience. I bought an apartment. I got furniture within the next week, like all my furniture. I bought my camera equipment. Like, I manifested so much money at this point in my life, and everything was working out for me so smoothly that I felt so scared, because I was like, this is so good, but also I'm probably going to lose this apartment at some point, because I was taught that I would, you know, eventually, like, because I'm being scammed. Like I had so much money in my bank account, but I was still living in fear. So I didn't know how to invest my money. I didn't know how to feel grateful and worthy of my money. And I didn't have a good relationship with money. It would flow in and then it would go out. Like, whether it's I'm partying, traveling, or I have to pay for shit. I remember there was one point where like my tires, like I had like 3 flat tires because I was driving in the wrong part of town, and like I had to pay for that shit. Like, there were constant reoccurring situations where I had to pay for things because I was so insecure about money. So I kept attracting unfavorable situations in relation to money. Eventually that turned into I couldn't afford my rent. I don't even know how to explain how I could not afford my rent. I just believed that rent was something that I couldn't pay. So it showed up in my reality that I wasn't able to pay for it. Like, it was so crazy. I eventually did get evicted, you guys. And my best friends were by my side through the whole thing. And I stayed with them. It was so crazy. It felt like I didn't get evicted, even though I did. I got evicted, and then I like just took my shit and like moved it into a storage, which was 1 mile away. It was like $29 to put it in there. Well, you know, I had to get a U-Haul, but like it was $29 per month to like have the shit in there. And I just like moved in with my best friends, who actually were the apartment above me. I knew them before I even lived in the complex. It felt like I wasn't really evicted because of how much support I had around me. And it was really because of my lack of feeling worthy of receiving the large amounts of money that I was receiving. So that's why, you guys, like, that's why I go hard with the affirmations and I don't hold back. Like, I am worthy of being a billionaire. Like, that's why I write these affirmations for you guys, because it's like, you are worthy. We are worthy. You're worthy of having your basic needs met easily and effortlessly. It's so crazy, like, that I didn't feel that way at one point in my life, because a lot of it was because I was like on my OnlyFans, and like, you know, I have like squirt videos, like you can see my pussy, like it's like I was like really making a lot of money off my body because of how much money I was generating every week, every day, every month. I was terrified because I was obviously like raised in a very conservative family and shit. So like the money that I was making, I was like, fuck, I'm not worthy of having it. So I was losing it. I was spending it. I was like, like there was no way that it was like staying with me. I was not magnetic to large amounts of money at that time. This is just me being fucking honest, you guys. I can't believe I'm like sitting out here. Like, is somebody on their balcony? Like, it's so crazy. Like, people could probably be listening to me right now. I just like to go back to the question, how did you get yourself out of a low vibrational state after your eviction and face other trials and tribulations? So I laughed about it, because I realized that like when I got evicted, I was like, oh my gosh, so this is what happens when I don't feel worthy of having money. Through all my trials and tribulations, you guys, I always feel like it's gonna get better next. Like, I don't know why I always like anything negative or unfavorable that happens in my 3D, I always find a way to feel like, all right, bet, like the next thing is gonna be amazing. So I've always had a very optimistic, positive mindset. And number 2, I learned from my mistakes. I learned that like that was the wrong way to think about money. Look where it got you, girl. That was the wrong way to think about money. So look, like now you're fucking evicted. So the way I got through that was like by accepting, all right, that was not the right way to think. And now we're going to be confident and positive and switch up the way we think about money. I'm going to read you guys my money affirmations. I really like these new ones because like I update my affirmations sometimes as I grow on my journey. And these are the most recent ones. I have a healthy relationship with money. I am no longer insecure, anxious, or avoidant when thinking about money. Instead, I am secure, confident, and I trust that money will always support me in the best way. I'm a new person now. I have a new identity and a healthy money story. I respect money and I am very responsible when spending it, even though I have lots of it. I am very organized and detail-oriented when managing my finances. I pay my bills early, easily, and effortlessly, which allows me to feel incredibly empowered. Money massively and passively flows into my accounts all day, every day. I'm allowed to have it, I am worthy, and I don't deserve to be stressed about anything, especially my finances. The universe wants me to be healthy, wealthy, happy, and relaxed. I am so happy and grateful to have more than enough money to take care of myself. I love having extra money to spend. Money loves me, supports me, and always shows up for me. Guys, it just goes on and on and on and on and on and on. I think the best way to get through it is to take accountability because that's where your power is. Because you are the creator. You can't blame anybody but yourself. You can't be mad at the leasing people. You can't be mad at how much the rent costs. You can't even be mad at the programming that, I mean, you can acknowledge the programming and you can be upset with it or whatever. But like, you know, it's not like I could be like, you know, fuck my dad because he's the one who programmed me with this fear around money. Like, I recognize that without like being mad at my dad because he taught me what he knew. Like, he preached to me what was told to him. So it's like, I'm not even going to be mad at people. Like, I'm just going to hold myself accountable because I have the power to create. So what I created was unfavorable. So I'm going to create something better. So the way I got through it, I feel like I keep answering this over and over, was by being accountable and, you know, acknowledging what played out as a result, as a byproduct. The 3D came after I dominantly feared being evicted. So I decided to dominantly assume that money will always flow to me, find its way to me easily and effortlessly and support me. Because I'm worthy of it, but also, you guys, like, I do aligned, like, I take aligned action in the 3D to make sure that money's always flowing to me. Even though you kind of, like, you don't really have to do shit in the 3D to create, to generate the money or whatever, but like I do because I'm inspired to. Okay, guys, honestly, these bugs are eating my legs up. And so I think that's going to do it for today's Q&A, but I hope you guys enjoyed this quick video. Make sure you guys are liking the videos, commenting, and subscribing. If you're new here, thank you so much. Once again, my name is Kayy Dion. I am a manifestation and a life coach. If you guys would like to work with me, you can find all my links down below. I offer text message manifestation coaching as well as one-on-one Zoom calls and extra special programs that are more intensive and a little bit longer than my text message manifestation programs. So if you're interested in any of those coaching programs, make sure you are checking my links in my description box, or you can reach out to me at coaching@kaydion.co. But I love you guys so much, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.